Hello everyone, happy Monday and happy Juneteenth, a day when we celebrate in Texas the Emancipation Proclamation. And to celebrate that, Texas is celebrating the day as a holiday. I am going to be running around with my family, so I pre-recorded today's show, and what we're going to do today is make some beautiful, beautiful butterflies, which always make me think of flying away in freedom and happiness. So I thought it would be a good tribute. Okay, so before we get started today, I want to remind you why we are here. Why are we here? We are here to have a little art break, start your week with a little happiness, and remember that this is a little break for yourself. I want you to take care of yourself, and I want you to be kind to yourself. So we're just gonna do a little art. You know, it's only paper. So if you make a mistake, keep going. It's just paper, right? And it'll probably turn out even more beautiful. So I want you to give yourself a chance to just have a break and a nice time, learn a little thing. And yeah, we get better every day, don't we? So if you agree to be kind to yourself, please give me a heart or a thumbs up and we'll get started. My name is Amy Pagan. This is Amy Pagan Art. And you are welcome to join me every Monday for a free little art class, about 35 minutes usually. You don't have to have ever drawn or painted before. I just want you to come and do a little practice with me. It'll be fun. Okay, so today we are going to start off with a butterfly. So what I'm going to do is find the center of my paper. For me, it's right here. And I'm going to make the center of the butterfly's little body. And if you need a reference photo, please look on my Instagram and on my Facebook. I will have posted a picture of this painting as soon as it's done, so you can refer back to that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is a little oval in pencil, and that oval is pinched at the end. See that? And I just put him right in the middle of my paper. If I was to measure him against my finger, it would be 1, 2, maybe a little more, but mostly 2 knuckles long of my pointer finger, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and make his little antenna. I'm gonna come right here to the very top of his head and do a long line on either side of his head. And these little lines point up and out. Let's see, this one is about a knuckle, a little bit more than a knuckle long. I have a little antenna topper on both. So about a knuckle and a half long maybe, pointing out to the side, either side, okay? And then I want you to give him 2 little eyeballs. A little tiny semicircle under each antenna. Okay, so now we're gonna do his wings. Now his wings, he's gonna have 4 different parts. So he's gonna have top of the wing on this side, top of the wing on that side, bottom wing, bottom wing. So to get started on those, they're gonna be triangles and they're gonna be kind of curved. So here's his little eyeball, right? I'm gonna come just a smidgen below that, probably like half the length of my fingernail. And I'm just gonna do kind of a curvy line, about 2 knuckles long. And then I'm gonna let it curve under and a little bit back up. And then I'm gonna come all the way back up here so that this space, this end of the triangle, 1 fingernail's width. So there's my little fingerprint. So from here to here is about 1 fingerprint width right there. He is about a knuckle and a half wide at his fattest spot. And he just has a little boop, a little curve in. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. If it helps you, turn your paper a little bit. So I'm doing kind of a curved line, and then I'm gonna triangle it back. It's gonna come in and back out. It has like a little bump. And then we're gonna come straight back up. Fingerprint width apart. So if it's easier for you, you can do a full triangle and then just cut a little chunk out of there. So you could go whoop, whoop, see that? You just cut a little chunk out. Okay, I'm going to do another, like almost like a pizza shape. So I'm going to do like a curvy line here. So he has like a pizza shape. So right, it's almost at the bottom of his little body. See his little body right there? And then I'm going to come over here, same thing, little curvy line, and we're going to add some extra on there. So 2 big letter U's, right? Now my little friend here is going to be a swallowtail butterfly. So I'm going to come to the center of this U, and I'm just going to give him a little raindrop. Same over here, a little raindrop. Oop. Okay. The next thing my little butterfly is going to need, and by the way, I think I tell you this every week, but I always do my pencil lines a lot darker than you should do yours, and I'm doing that so that you can see them online. But you can make yours as light as you want. And right here, we're just going to give him, we're going to follow this line of his wing all the way down. I'm just going to give him, almost like birds have that little bone there. That's what we're giving him. He's got a little rigidness there. So I'm just carving a little line there on either side of his top. And then he's going to have this great big piece here. It's like a long rectangle that's going to come out and stop. So long rectangle out and stop, almost right before the end of his wing. And that rectangle is 1.5 knuckles long. Okay, and then he's got a big part here on his bottom wing as well, and we're just going to give him another little U shape, a U shape, so he has little raindrops on either side. Okay, so for the top part of his wing, we're going to divide this with some lines that are going to come at an angle down. So this is the left bottom corner of my page. I'm going to aim for there. So I'm going to come right here on this part of his wing, and I'm going to come down. And I'm just going to do that all the way so he has little stripes. Can you hear my cats being mad that they can't come and jump on the desk and say hi to y'all? Okay, so these lines here, they're all kind of going the same way, right? They are probably like half the width of my pencil, if you can see that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to start right here, about half a pencil width apart, and I'm just going to come down, down, down. And if yours aren't even, that's okay. He's a butterfly. He can take it. Okay, for these guys, we're going to do lines as well. We're going to come down, 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 down. Ta-da! Very pretty. So one thing that we can do to make him look more butterfly-like is these little shapes here where we've done our lines. We can kind of carve them out with a little crescent moon. Do you see that? And then attach. Carve out a little crescent moon for each little line. We're carving out a little crescent moon at the edge of each, and you will be amazed how much those little crescent moons are going to make him look way more naturally butterfly-like. See that? Okay, now our little friend is going to have some patterns on his body, and what we're going to do is give him, we're going to come, I'm going to put my finger right here. So here's the first knuckle of my finger, and right there I'm going to do a little U right in the center of his body and connect it to the sides with a line. And then I'm going to give him little squares coming all the way down. And we're going to do that to make him look way more interesting. He's going to look so cool when we're done. And then let's put some little spots. We're going to outline some spots on his wings, and what we're going to do for those spots is that we're going to put a little circle right at the bottom of each of those little divider lines that we made for him. And let's make these guys kind of crescenty too, right? There's our little crescents coming in and touching each circle. Little crescents coming in and touching each circle. Do, 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 do. And then I'm going to give him circles right in the middle of these lines. Circle, circle, circle. And your circles don't have to be perfect. They probably shouldn't be. They're just circles. And see how they kind of come in a curvy line as well? So we kind of go whoop, almost like he's wearing a little necklace. And then we're going to give him circles right here at the bottom. And here's what we're going to do with these circles. We're going to let them be a different color. I'm leaving this one open, the one that has the raindrop attached to it. I'm not putting a circle there. Ta-da. That was a lot of drawing. I'm going to leave it here for a second so you can kind of stare at him. And you're going to have some options. So if you want to, you can paint each little part separately. You can pick different shades. I'm definitely going to make his top wings a different shade, probably darker than his bottom wings, just so you can tell the difference between them. But the very first thing I'm going to do is grab some paint now. Now you can use paint, you can use markers, you can use whatever, pencils, whatever makes you happy. Okay. What you are probably going to want to do is decide which colors you're going to do. You can do blue, you could even do a rainbow, you could do green, you could do yellow, whatever you want. He's your little butterfly, so you get to decide. There are blue butterflies that look very similar to this. There are also yellow butterflies in Texas that we see a lot that look like this. I think I'm going to make mine turquoise. What do we think? You know what? I have pink nails. Maybe I should make him pink. What do you guys think? So hard to decide. Okay, let's make him, we're gonna make him turquoise. Okay, so I have my brush, and today I'm using a size 6 round synthetic bristle Princeton brush. And I have swirled him in the water, swirl, 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 dragged it along the side so I don't have drippies on my brush, and then I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this blue. And I'm going to coat my entire butterfly except for the dots. And I'm just going to do a very light wash of color over him. So I'm going to take this turquoise and I'm going to see how much of it I can spread out over my little flutterby. And I'm just avoiding those circles, right? Starting off on the wing. Now, a really fun thing to do, if you enjoy doing this butterfly, is to practice doing him all different kinds of ways. And you could have like a series of butterfly paintings or drawings, whatever you wanted, in all different colors. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Okay, so I'm filling him in. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to avoid those squares. And you're my little dude. Ta-da! You'll notice I didn't paint his eyes. You totally can. I'm just not going to do it yet. I'm kind of smoothing this out. It got a lot darker here in the middle. So I'm going to pick up some of that paint. What I'm doing is, let me show you. I'm going to rinse off my brush. I'm dragging along the side so I have almost no water on here. I'm just going to pick up some of that paint that I put on the center of his body. I'm going to rinse my brush off again. Get all the water off of it I can. And I'm just scooping some up. So you'll see that he is, he's so pretty. I just love him. So this is my little dude right now. And now we get to add all kinds of extra business. If you guys have any butterfly jokes or butterfly facts or whatever you want to add, right now is a perfect time to do that. Okay, so I've got my blue butterfly and I'm going to let him dry a bit, and then I'm going to add more color. We're going to layer some more on top of him to make him so pretty. And when we're all done, we can either outline him with paint or we can outline him with a Sharpie. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Or you just don't even have to outline him. You can leave him as he is. Okay, so here we go with my little dude. If you have a fine detail brush, this one is Princeton Round Synthetic Bristle number 3. You could totally use that at this point. If not, use your number 6 or your pencils or whatever you want. I'm not gonna use it at this point, just so that y'all who don't have a detail brush know that it can be done. I'm gonna use my my number 6, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna do this very top line of his body. I'm just adding another layer of that turquoise. Now, if your paint isn't quite dry on his body, it'll spread a bit, and that's okay. Going to come through and I'm going to do just the bottom part of each of these lines on his wing. It's not really the bottom, the top part. I'm just going through each of those lines, and I'm only going about halfway, so the bottom part of that top wing is going to be lighter than the dark. So I'm just coming in and filling in each line just a little bit. And you see how he already has a lot more depth? Okay, I'm going to come in here and do the same thing. I'm leaving a little space in between where they touch. And I'm going about 2/3 of the way down his body. This way. Making it a little darker. I'm not using any different colors. I'm using the same color. I'm just layering over it. I'm making sure that my brush has more pigment than water, so it's not drippy all over my beautiful butterfly. Okay, here I go. And I'm just gonna fill in these bottom parts of the bottom wing the same way that I did the top wing. Just adding a little more color about halfway down each stripe. Now I'm going to come here with his little center piece of his body, and I'm going to paint the bottom part, that little triangle. I'm going to paint that dark. And then I'm going to come through each little section in between each of those little white blocks. I'm going to do a little line, and then I'm going to outline his little body. I'm going to outline this little shape, outline the U's. And I'm just going to make the top part of his head a little darker and his bottom part of his body a little darker. to outline his antenna. And I'm going to outline this antenna. And now we wait and we let him dry a little more. And this is where, if you have a fine detail brush, you're going to want to pick that up. If not, you can use a pen. You guys know I'm partial to my Sharpies, but you can also use a regular black pen. Let's see what I have on me today. Ooh, I have a blue pen. That might be interesting. I think I'm going to do mine with the detail brush. So I'm just going to let him dry a little bit more. And then what we're going to do is all those little lines that we put in, we're just going to trace over them. And he's going to be so pretty and detailed. That's going to be great. He's going to be so pretty. While we're waiting for him to dry, you guys please tell me how your weekend was. And if you're Jenna, I know that you were at the Taylor Swift concert. I'm so jelly. I'm not really, I'm actually quite happy for you, but I also wish I had gone. But yeah, please tell me how y'all are doing. Let me know what other kinds of things you want to be doing in this art class coming up. I want to hear how your summer is going. Oh, I don't know if y'all know this, but the summer solstice is coming up on Thursday. So that's the longest day of the year, is Thursday, when we will have the most sunlight, at least in this part of the world. Okay, I'm going to swish off my little detail brush. I'm going to drag it along the side. And I'm going to come over here to my palette and I'm going to grab a little tiny bit of black. All right, so I'm going to start where I know that my butterfly is the driest, so the very bottom part, and I'm just going to outline these lines. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. There's those little crescents that we carved out at the edge of each. Crescent, crescent, crescent. I cannot wait to see what butterfly jokes you guys have for me. You always have such good jokes. And facts. I love it when you guys share your facts with me as well. Doo, doo, doo. So right now we're just outlining in black. Partially we're using black because butterflies in nature do that. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But also it's really going to make these colors pop. This turquoise color is really going to pop against that black and the white. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if it's dry enough. Yay, hooray. So I'm just going to follow each of these lines that I put in. Let's see, and the U. Look at that, y'all. It's going to be so pretty. So we're just outlining all the lines that we put in with our pencil. If your brush starts to drag on your paper and it's not leaving a mark, that just means you need to rinse it off and add a little more paint to it. There we go. And you see how it's really coming alive now? And as you can see, like I turn my paper quite a bit when I'm working because it just makes it easier for me, first of all, as a left-handed person, to see what I'm doing without just having my hand blocking the whole painting. Right? The nice thing about painting butterflies, there's lots of nice things, but one of the nice things is that if you make a boo-boo, all you have to do is make the same boo-boo on the other side. And as long as it looks symmetrical, congratulations, you got yourself a butterfly. Can y'all hear my birds outside? I ran out of bird food for a few days for the wild birds outside, and I hadn't been feeding them. And I came home and my front yard looked like an Edgar Allan Poe poem. It was so filled with crows wondering where the heck I was and why I wasn't feeding them. So I went straight to H-E-B and got them more food. I can't have the crows mad at me. Those are the same ones who, they bring me little presents. I don't know if I've told y'all this. They bring me presents, my crows do. They bring me like little shiny bits of things, so like little pieces of chain and broken jewelry, and they leave it out where I set their bird food. The first time that happened, I thought maybe my daughter had just dropped something, but it kept happening, and so I asked my family, and yep, sure enough, it's the crows. Leaving me little presents as a thank you. Okay, so I want you to come around where you put each of those dots, and you're just gonna outline them with your black. And it is totally okay to use a pen at this point, y'all, or a pencil, or a black pencil would be great. Don't feel like you have to do this with paints. I know this part takes a little bit of practice, and it truly does help to have a tiny brush. A little tiny brush. It's very helpful. Okie dokie, last little spots we need to get are these right here on his little body. And see how outlining those with the black really makes the white come out even more. Okay, now we're gonna do his little eyes. And as we usually do with eyes, let's outline them first, okay? And then I want you to just kind of dot them in so that you can leave a little tiny white spot where he would have a reflection on his little round eyes. I'll bring it up closer so you can see. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, at this point is where you're gonna stop, you're gonna look at him, and you're gonna think, okay, what other details do I need to do? Do I need to add anything? Do I need to change anything? And the answer is probably no. Oh, look, y'all. But sometimes it's yes. I forgot to outline that little U shape on his body. So we're gonna get that. Boop, boop, boop. So there, see, I found something too that needed to be fixed. All right, this is the point where you're gonna look at him and you're gonna think, is there anything else? Anything at all? And then you're gonna think, what is the thing I wanna do next in this class? What other things do I wanna learn how to paint or draw or do? And you're going to leave that in the comments for me so that I know. And then you're gonna take a picture of your art once you have signed your name. So sign your name on there, take a picture, and put the picture of your work either in the comments, or you can send it to me with a DM, a direct message, and then I can see what you've done, and I will be so happy to see your art. I absolutely want to see what you've done. Please take pictures and share with me, and let me know what else you want to do, and yeah, also, I want you to look at your little butterfly and think, he's just perfect and beautiful just the way he is, just like me, just like yourself, you guys. Remember to be kind to yourself all week. Be kind to yourself today. Take a little time for yourself every day if you can. And if you can't, hey, Monday lunch break, I'm here waiting for you every Monday at noon. at Amy Pagan Art. That's my website, that's my Instagram, that's my Facebook, and you might start looking for YouTube pretty soon. I'll let you guys know. Please be kind to yourself, and if you enjoyed this class, please give me a heart or a thumbs up, and like and share this with your friends, and invite everybody else to come and create with us every Monday at Amy Pagan Art. You guys take care. I really enjoy painting with you. I hope you enjoy painting with me. Have a great week. Remember to be kind to yourself.